Mr. Williams, it's Austin here, and just wanted to touch base with you quickly. We missed each other on the phone, and one of the things that you said to me before you left breakfast now a little over 2 weeks ago was that you wanted to know how to speak about your business better or what you do. And I'm not quite sure the context that you were thinking of in reference to that, because there's certainly many of them. But I'll talk about one that I have noticed quite a few observations about. And that is that most practitioners in the healing arts and the helping professions that I've noticed have a tendency to sort of talk about their modalities. They reference themselves as a massage therapist or an acupuncturist or something of that nature. Certainly in your case there's the ability to say that you're a doctor. But still there's more explanation that needs to be done if that's the case, and explanation isn't really what is wanted. So for example, in the context of a cocktail party or say a networking event, you're meeting somebody for the first time and they ask you what you do. What do you say? How do you present that? And I'll give you an example of something that I've said, and that is that I'm a business, money, and time catalyst. You go, what? So immediately you're engaging. You're not just filling in the blank of some name. I sell insurance. I'm an insurance agent. I am a school teacher, which almost instantly satisfies the tick boxing of the mind, satisfying its interest and curiosity, and suddenly that person's put in a quadrant, right? They're pushed into a corner, they're put in a box. And interest is almost immediately lost unless for some reason that is a service that person needs right then, and for whatever reason doesn't know somebody who has that service. So when I say, that I'm a business, money, and time catalyst, what's that? How do you do that? Well, that opens the door to a conversation, and often I won't respond immediately. I can tell you more about that in a minute, but first let me ask about you. And immediately turn the conversation on them. Now, that's the best case scenario, because what ends up happening is we talk about the thing that's most interesting to them. And I can find out, for example, if they have something that would need my assistance, or if there's some place that I can make a referral or give them some direction that would be of service to them, so that they're getting something from me. I'm giving. And that's really sort of the key energetic here. It's being able to give something so that the people feel as though they're receiving. Now, you're a smart guy. I'm sure you know of the law of reciprocation. And so there's an engagement, a social sort of arrangement that's being made where now that party has a sort of subconscious tendency to want to pay me back, right? But it's really, in my case, more focusing on the other party. And there's a specific way about doing that, but it most assuredly doesn't have to do with talking about how I do what I do. If I go into the how or the what of my business, I'm lost. Their eyes glaze over, they have no interest. However, if I talk about results that I've gotten, for example, I tell a client story. Well, I'll give you an example. I work with people in the business world who have challenges with their results. Sometimes they're starved for time, very busy. Oftentimes they may not be making as much money as they think they'd like to, or they'd like to increase their business revenue, grow their business. And an example of that would be the client that I had who both did day trading and owned a restaurant business. Now, there was resistance on his part to raising his rates, but he most assuredly wanted to increase his performance in his day trading. So, working together for 30 days, we were able to increase his capacity for day trading so that he had actually 60 perfect days of trading and made over $320,000, far more, by probably 8 times than he had ever made day trading before. Certainly in any 60-day period, actually in probably a 6-month period. Now, when I tell that story, I'm talking about results that my clients have gotten, just as you can be talking about results that your clients have gotten. In your case, it's probably more about health and wellness. The client that you see is improving their health and wellness, or eliminating pain, or stopping some kinds of symptoms that are problematic, right? They may be painful, they may be unsightly, they may have some longer-term, more complex consequence to them. Utilizing the modalities that you use, you can address a more complex level of deeper health as an issue for them. So to say, for example, perhaps one of your primary modalities might be acupuncture, that you're an acupuncturist would absolutely be minimizing the results and would actually be misleading that person by oversimplifying what you do. It would cheat them of the opportunity to find out how you might be able to help them, or somebody that they know who they could refer who needs your services. So I hope that helps. Hope you're doing great. Hope Father's Day was awesome for you. Certainly in my case, it was one of the best ones I've had in a while. And look forward to seeing you at a meeting in the future. Hope you're doing great. Bye-bye.